Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Before given this Mangala Sutta, maybe for 12 years, 12 years before giving the Mangala Sutta in India countries, I would like to explain the background story of Mangala Sutta briefly. During the Buddha time in India countries, there were many people who were thinking about Mangala. Kain Nukho Mangala, Kain Data Mangala, Kain Sutta Mangala, Kain Mutta Mangala. What is Mangala? Oh, okay. Visible object is Mangala or not. Good sound is Mangala or not. Or good smell, good taste, good touch, etc. They are Mangala or not. Then some persons like the very beautiful or handsome objects, the visible objects. Then they have the idea, okay? Then when someone sees good visible objects, okay, beautiful objects or handsome objects, then he is very happy and peaceful in their mind. That's why beautiful objects or handsome objects must be Mangala. That's why they say the beautiful objects or handsome object is Mangala. Then the other person disagree with his idea. Then, okay, visible objects, I can see beautiful or ugly. Okay, that's why when they see beautiful objects, it is okay. You can consider as Mangala. But when you see the dirty or ugly objects, how it will be Mangala? That's why it will not be Mangala. So the good sound will be Mangala. Then when you hear good sounds or good music, etc., then it will be Mangala. Then the other persons disagree with his idea. Then the ears can hear, okay, nice sound as well as bad sound. That's why when you hear the good sound, can consider as Mangala, but when you hear bad sound, it will be Mangala. That's why it will not be Mangala. Then the other person reject his ideas. What is his idea? Then when someone smell good fragrance, smell good smell, it will be Mangala. When someone have good taste, it will be Mangala. When someone experience good touch, it will be Mangala. So, okay, according to this person's idea, good smell, good taste, and good touch are Mangala. Some agree with this idea, some disagree with his idea. So they disagree each other. Then such kinds of thinking of Mangala or debating about Mangala, arguing about Mangalas cannot finish for long times. They were thinking about Mangala or they argue, they debate, they discussed about Mangalas each other within human communities in India country. Then there are also Devata who are taking care of the human beings. Then when the human beings are thinking about Mangala, then they also thought about Mangala. They also discussed each other about Mangala. What is Mangala? There are also Devat who are living on the ground. Or they also have this news from the Devat who are taking care of the human being. That's why they are also thinking about Mangala. Then the news spread to the Devat who are living in the sky. Then from sky Devas to Chatu Maharajika Deva. Okay, then the news reached the Chatu Maharajika Deva realms. Then in this way, step by step, the news spreads up to Bahasa Brahma ranks, Akaneta Brahma ranks, the highest Rupa Brahma ranks. Then they gather here and there, then they are arguments about Mangala, they debate each other, they discussed each other about Mangala. Then the human beings, Deva and Brahma, separated into 3 groups, except Arya noble persons. One group think the visible object is Mangala. Good object is Mangalas. The other group prefers then the good sound objects must be Mangala. Then the other group like good smell, good taste, and good touch objects will be Mangala. So in this way, they separated into 3 groups. So Mangala Kolahala, okay, rumor regarding Mangala happened in the world. So there are 5 Kolahala, 5 rumors, okay, 5 rumors, or 5 proclaims. Number 1, Kappa Kolahala. Okay, only just to have knowledge regarding this Kolahala, then I explain taken from the commentary. Kappa Kolahala. Then 1,000 years before the event, deity cry and proclaims this war will dissolve. This is called Kappa Kolahala. Then Chakavati Kolahala. Number two, Chakavati Kolahala. Then universal monarch will appear after about 100 years. Then before the event happened, before 100 years of the event, then the Deva proclaims in the walls. Then number 3, Buddha Kolahala. Before appearance of the Buddhas, 1,000 years before appearance of the Buddha, then this rumor already happened. Okay, after 1,000 years, the Buddha will appear in the world. Or this Kolahala rumor is called Buddha Kolahala, Buddha rumors. And number 4, Mangala Kolahala. Okay, before giving the Buddha, before giving the Mangala Sutta, then this rumor regarding Mangala already appears. Okay, so 12 years before the giving Mangala Sutta, this rumor happened in the walls. Before giving Mangala Sutta, they argued each other about Mangala. They discussed about Mangala each other, but it cannot finish for 12 years. And number 5, Moneya Kolahala. Moneya Kolahala means that if one Buddha appears in the world, there will be one bhikkhu who practice Moneya practice, okay, a kind of austere practice. So then 7 years before this bhikkhu appear, then this kola hala or rumor already suppressed in the walls. Then, in this way, Mangala kola hala, Mangala rumor regarding Mangalas happens in the walls for 12 years during human beings, Deva and Brahmas, without finishing. Then Deva from towering the Deva realms also gather together at one place and they discussed each other about this Mangala. Then all Deva from towering the Deva realms agrees to ask the Saka, the king of towering the Deva realms. Okay, he is knowledgeable. His knowledge is higher than our knowledge. So he will be able to understand the meaning of the Mangala or what is Mangala. So we will ask the Sakas about Mangala. So they went to the Sakas to ask about Mangala. Then when they asked the Sakat about Mangala, then Saka asked them, where did you get the news? Then they answer, we got the news from lower Devas. Then they also asked the lower Deva, then lower Deva also answer, they got the news from human worlds. Then Saka asked them, where is the Buddha? Then they answer, the Buddha is living in human worlds. Then the Saka says to them, why didn't you ask the Buddha about this Mangala? Without asking the Buddha, you find other person, it is your wrongdoings. Then he asked one Deva to go to the Buddhas to ask about the Mangala. Then the Deva went to the Buddha. Deva went to Jetavana monastery. Jetavana monastery to ask to ask the Mangala's questions to the Buddha. Then you see Ewame Sutta, Akan, etc. Then when Deva arrived at Jetavana monastery, the whole Jetavana monastery was very bright with his, the light, his body light. Usually, the Deva approached the Buddha at midnight. So during the midnight, no bhikkhu, no upasaka, etc. The Buddha stay alone with his Phalasama-pati. At the times, many Deva approached the Buddha. So this Deva also approached the Buddha together with many Deva from towering the Deva ranks to ask this question. Then Deva asked the Buddhas by reciting these stanzas. Okay, the first stanza. Bahudeva Manosaja Mangalani Ajindeyo Akan Mana Sodhana Byuhi Mangala Mudaman. What is the meaning? Many deities and humans thought questions for world beings are unable to do things which then really are blessings. Therefore, please declare the highest blessings. Then the Deva asks, many human beings and Devas are thinking about Mangala. What is Mangala? What is blessing? They don't know. So please explain about Mangala. Please teach about Mangalas. Then he asked these questions to the Buddha. Then what is Mangala? Mangalas means blessings, auspicious sign or good omen, or they translate in English. Mangala means something which is auspicious, bring luck, blessings and well-beings to the individuals, a family, or community of nations. According to the commentaries, Mangalas means which is conducive to happiness or prosperity. Then the Buddha answers about Mangala's questions. When the Deva asks the true meanings of Mangala or blessings, then the Mangala Suttas, okay, that appear in the walls. Mangala Sutta was taught by the Buddha after when the Deva asks about Mangala. Then the Buddha delivers or taught the discourse known as Mangala Suttas, in which 38 highest blessings were enumerated. So Mangala Sutta is customarily chanted for blessings and auspicious occasions. Besides, these 38 blessings are ethical and spiritual in natures, providing step-by-step trainings on the journey of life. So it contains Buddha's advice and guidance for the nobles of life, and ultimately leads one to liberation or suffering. The Buddha teach 38 kinds of Mangalas to human beings and Deva. So when they follow or when they practice the Buddha's instructions according to Mangala Sutta, then sure they will have blessings, they will have the auspicious life. Finally, they can escape from all suffering. Okay, so what are the Mangalas? The Buddha answers. The first stanza, first answer is, Asevana ja balana, pandita nenja sevana, puja ja puja neyana, etam mangala motama. Not to associate with the foolish, to associate with the wise. To honor those who are worthy of honor, or to respect those who are worthy of respect. This is the highest blessing. This is the Buddha's answer. Asivanacha balana, not to associate with the fool, not to associate with the foolish. Okay, then who are the fool? Bala. Then you should try to know. You know, Balat me. Dwe ate lunanditi bala. Dwe ate lunanditi bala. There are two kinds of benefits. The benefits in this present life, then the benefits in future life. Bala can destroy those two kinds of benefits by doing their bodily bad actions, verbal bad actions, and mental bad actions. So they are called Bala. Another definition is a Dwe Anate Landi Kana Didi Bala. Okay, this is Pali definitions. Then by doing bad deed, bad speech, and bad thoughts, then they also take two disadvantages of present life and also future life. That's why they are called Bala. Then the direct translation is the evil ones. Okay, the unwise one or the foolish one is called Bala. Then commentary explain Bala nama yikeji panati padadi kusala kama pata samanagata satta. If they have three kinds of bad actions, okay, kaya docharita, bodily bad actions, vaji docharita, verbal bad actions, monodojrita mental bad actions. Then they are called bala. So these three characteristics are the the characteristics or the bala or the sign of the bala. Number one, dojendita chendi. Okay, the fool is one who thinks bad thoughts. Then dobasita basi speaks bad words. Dogata kamakari does bad deeds. So if there are these three characteristics, this person is called bala. Then the Buddha encourages you not to associate with the foolish. Then not associating with the foolish is the highest blessing. During the Buddha time, there were some great teachers, very famous teachers in this India country, namely Purana Kassapa, Makili Kosala, etc. What are their ideas? Okay, they reject the karma and its results. There's no karma and karma's results. This is their idea. If they don't believe karma and karma's results, so they don't care anything, they will do bad karma, okay, bodily bad actions. They will do bad actions, they will think mental bad actions. So, Panatipada, okay, they will kill living being, Adinadana, they will steal others' property, what is not given. Kamesu Mechachara, they will do sexual misconduct. Then these are Kaya Dojrita, bodily bad actions. Then bad actions, Muzawaja, lions, Pisuna Wasa, slanderance, Prusa Wasa, rude speech, Sampaplapa, vain talk, useless speech. Or if they are using such kinds of speech, or they are doing Vaji Dojrita, bad actions. Then Mano Dojrita, Abeja, thinking about others' properties to take improperly. Then Vyapadas me getting angry with others or to kill other beings or thinking about killing other beings or harming other beings. Then Mecha deity wrong views. Or these three are Manodojrita. Okay, so they don't believe karma and karma results. That's why they had these three bad actions. That's why they also teach their ideas to the people who approach them. Then what will happen? Then they will fall into full state after following their teachings. That's why the Buddha reminded you not to associate with the foolish. So not associating with foolish is the highest blessings. Then, there are many people who associate with those teachers who have wrong teachings or wrong ideas. Then they also fell into full state. For example, Ajatasattu, he approached Venerable Devarata also, the Bala, the fool. So he approached the Devarata because of his encouragement. Then he killed his father. Then he fell into hell. Now he is still there. The Buddha continued to give another Mangala. Okay, Pandita Nencha Sivana to associate with the wise. This is the highest blessings. Then who are the wise persons? Commentary explain Pandita Nama Yekechi Panati Padati Viramana Panati Pada Viramanati Dasa Kusala Kamapata Samanagata Sata. Okay, those who abstain from killing living being, stealing others' property, doing such a misconduct. So, in the same way, those they also abstain from lying, slandering, harsh speech, and useless speech. So they also abstain from, avijja, covetousness, vyapara, evil, nature deity, wrong view. They have right view, samma deity. So if they have such kinds of three good actions, these persons are called Pandita, the wise person. The Buddha also explains the three characteristics of the wise persons in Suttas. What are the three characteristics of the wise persons? Tini mani bhikkhave panditasa pandita lakhanani. There are these three characteristics of the wise persons. What are the three characteristics? Number one, Pandito Suchendita Chendi Hoti. Number two, Subhasita Bhasi. Number three, Sugata Kamakari. A wise man is one who thinks good thoughts. Number two, speaks good words. Number three, does good deeds. Or if there are these three characteristics, this person is called a wise person, Pandita. Then the Buddha encourages you to associate with the wise persons. When you associate with the wise person, then you have blessings, the highest blessings, Mangala. Okay, there are also many people who associate the Buddha and his disciples. By associating with the Buddha and his disciples, then they accumulate kusala until they realize Nibbana. So they obtain a lot of benefit. So they have highest blessings. You see, during that time, many of the Buddha's disciples associate with the Buddha and Venerable Sariputta, Venerable Moggallana, etc. Then they also realize Nibbana. They completely escape from the sufferings. Then until now, there are also many people who are associating with the Buddha and his disciples who are following the Buddha's way. So they also obtain a lot of benefits. They also realize Nibbana. These are the highest blessings for them. The Anatta Bendika, the Jetavana monastery's donor. Then he also associated with the Buddha. Then he became Sotapanna after passing away. Now he is in Tusita Devarans. Visakha, he also associated with the Buddha and his disciples. Then she accumulated a lot of kusala. Then she also became a Sotapanna after passing away. Now she is in Pranimita Vasavati Devaran, Nimanarati Devarans, etc. Okay, so there are many people who have blessings by associating with the wise persons. If you wish to attain prosperity or happiness, sure, you should not associate with the foolish and you should associate with the wise. So you will obtain a lot of happiness, a lot of prosperity, the highest blessings. Usually, all beings comes together and unite by ways of elements. So many beings associate each other according to their same elements. bala will associate with bala, okay? The food will associate with the food. The voice will associate with the voice. Or usually they associate each other according to their same elements. Okay, I will read the sentence from the suttas according to the Buddha's teachings. Those who are in imperious dispositions come together and unite with those odd and imperious dispositions. Those who are good dispositions come together and unite with those who are good dispositions. When the Buddha was dwelling at Veluvana monastery in Rajagaha country, then Venerable Devadatta attempted the Buddhas to kill. Venerable Sai Buddha, Venerable Mangala, etc. They also approached the Buddhas to protect the Buddha from the danger of the Venerable Devadatta group. At that times, they are walking around the Buddha. Then the Buddha saw, Venerable Sariputta is also walking back and forward and backwards together with some numbers of bhikkhu. Then all Venerable Sariputta's followers are the wise persons who have great wisdom. Venerable Mangala is also walking together with his disciples. All the follower of Venerable Mangala has great supernatural power, abhignana. Venerable Mangala was also there together with his follower monks. All his followers are practicing the Dutanga practice. Okay, in this way, the Venerable Ananda also there together with his follower. Then most of his followers are knowledgeable. According to the nature, all beings comes together and unite by ways of their own elements. So now,
Yes.
You are listening to the Dhammas together. Then you have the same elements. That's why you comes together and unite by ways of elements. So if they are not interested in meditation practice or doing accumulating kusala, sure, then they will go to bar or they will go to the shopping mall, etc. Is it? They will waste their time with enjoyment or such a pleasure. Then, although according to the natures, or although all beings gather and unite by ways of elements, but you should associate with you should not associate with the fool. You should associate with the wise. Then it will be beneficial for you. Then you will have greatest blessings. There are three kinds of persons exist in the world. A person is inferior to you, lower than you. Then you should not associate with inferior persons or lower persons to you. When you associate with lower persons, inferior persons, then your life will decline. When you associate with the equal persons, then you will not decline. Okay, you don't decline. Then when you associate with superior persons or higher persons, then you will develop quickly. So the decline, okay, does not decline and develop quickly means sila, samadhi, panya. Then if a person has lower sila, samadhi, panya, then when you associate with this person, then your Sila Samadhi Panya will decline. When you associate with equal persons who has the same Sila Samadhi Panya, then your Sila Samadhi Panya will not decline. When you associate with the persons who have higher Sila Samadhi Panya, then your Sila Samadhi Panya will develop quickly. This is the Buddha's instructions in One Sutta or Anguttara Nikaya. Then you know, not associating with the foolish and to association with the wise are the highest blessings. This one to be able to understand those two mangalas, two blessings. Then commentary also explain, commentary also show some stories. So I will tell some stories regarding those two mangalas. You know, in one life, Bodhisattva was a kind of Paris. They stay in the forest. He also has one brother. His name was Satigomba. When they are living together in these very big trees, okay, then one day a kind of strong wind, typhoon comes to their forest. Then the very strong wind brought these two parrots to different places. Satigomba, Bodhisattva's younger brothers fall into many weapons in the robbers' village. That's why his name is called Satigomba. And Bodhisattva, Buddha to be fell into, you know, very beautiful flower gardens in the monastery or hermits. That's why his name is called Popaka. Satigomba was taking care of many robbers and thieves in this village. They also teach their arts. Then hermit also took care the Popaka, Buddha to be. Then they also teach their arts. Then one day, the king of Penchala countries went to the forest to hunt. Then they followed the one years where their vehicle connected with horse. Then finally, he reached to the robber beach where the Satigomba was been. He was very tired, then he wanted to sleep. Then they stopped and slept under the very big trees. Then the king Penchalas, was very tired. Then he wanted to sleep, so he decided to sleep under the very big trees near the robber or thief village. Then the Satigomba parrots saw the king. Then he encouraged his robber groups and took his jewels, etc. When the Penchala king heard his sound, then he was frightened. He was afraid of living in the forest. So he decided to move to the other place where the Popaka was living. When the king reached the hermitage where the Popaka was living, then as soon as Popaka saw the king, then he says, "Welcome to our monastery." Okay, then please take the cold water. Please drink the cold water. Please take the sweet fruit, etc. He was greeting with the king. Then the king was very pleased and happy with the Popaka's greeting. Then the king also asked the Popaka parrot, "I met one parrot in another forest. They wanted to kill me. They wanted to take my jewels, etc. That's why I left from the forest. But now you are very good parrots, different from the other parrots. So although you are the same bird, why the behavior is different each other?" Then Popaka parrot explains to the king, "Actually, this parrot is my younger brother. Although we were born from the same mother, because he associated with robber or thief. That's why his behavior became bad. I associate with the hermit. That's why my behavior became good." And he also recites one stanza, okay? Puti mejan kuse gena yonaro upa nashati kusapi puti wayanti e won balupa siwana. Whoever wraps a rotten fresh and grabs, okay, what will happen? The grabs or leaf will be rotten, bad smell. In the same way, whoever associates with the foolish, they will be a fool. In the same way, when someone put the fragrance or sweet flower in the leaf, or because of this sweet flower, the leaf also will be fragrant. In the same way, when someone associates with the good persons, he will be a good person. Okay, even the kinds of that also depend on what they associate with. Then they become good parrot and a bad parrot. Good parrot and a bad parrot. Okay. With this story, then you understand that not to associate with the foolish and to associate with the wise is superior blessings. Okay, another one. Okay, Agati Hermit. Then the Buddha to be Bodhisattva. Then in one life, he was very rich and worthy. After their parents passed away, then he renounced his wealth. Then he went to the forest to practice meditations. Okay, then his name is Agati. Okay, Agati hermit practice meditations diligently in the forest. Okay, his morality is very pure. Then in the forest, he only eat a kind of leaf as food, his food. Okay, if a kind of receiver, a kind of EC or monks comes to hands to accept his donation, then he offer whatever he has. One day, the Saka want to test with his, his mind, whether he can offer evidence or not. So Akati Hamid was preparing to eat the leaf which is eaten. Then the Saka came to him. Saka disguised as one person, one man. Then he stand in front of him to receive his donations. Then he offered his leaf curries to the man without eating. Then that day, he didn't find another food for him. On next day, also in the same way, he was preparing the leaves to eat. At that time, the Sakas came to him. Then he offered the leaf. Then he also didn't find another food for him. Then he finished 1 day without eating. He only just practiced meditation. Then next day also in the same way. So altogether 3 days, he only just practiced meditation without eating any food. Then Saka reveres him, Saka respect him, Saka admire him. That's why he asked Akati Hamid, please tell me whatever you wish. Then he recited one stanza to request his wishes. Bala napase natsune nacha balena sanwase banle nalaban salaban nakari nacha roche. What is the meaning? I don't want to see he wished, no? I only just wish. I don't want to see the foolish. I don't want to hear the foolish speech. I don't want to associate with the foolish. So I don't want to have conversation with the foolish. I don't want to have any conversation with the foolish. Nagare naja roje. Whatever the foolish does, I don't want to like with his doings. Then Saka asked why you wish wishes. Okay, why you don't want to see, why you don't want to associate with the foolish. Then when the Saka asked him, then he said, the foolish thing unlawful is lawful. Then the foolish encourage other people to do what should not be done. The foolish does not know the display, the code of the display. That's why without seeing the foolish is the best for me. Then another wish, okay? That's me, he only just wish not to associate with the fool, not to associate with the foolish. Then after that, he continued to ask the taker with another intentions. Okay, only just in English. I want to see the wise persons. I want to hear the wise persons, the Dhamma. I want to associate with the wise person. I want to have conversation with wise persons. I want to like whatever wise person does. Then a wise person knows lawful is lawful, proper is proper. He does not encourage other people to do and doing and improper things. So the wise persons know the winner code or display. That's why associating with wise person is better for me. Okay, so another story, okay? That was also a bhikkhu. His name was Dhammaruciya. Actually, 4 centuries, 100,000 years ago, you know, our body set up Sumeda, easy, God definite prophecy, Niyata Vyadita from Dipangara Buddha. Buddha Dipangara was given Niyata Vyadita, definite prophecy to Sumeda, easy. At the time, there were many people, including Maga boy. Then when he admired Sumeda easy, then he associated with the Sumeda easy, Hermes. Then he also became easy and they practiced meditation. And one day he met with a fool. Then because of the fool's persuade, then he followed the fool's ways. Then he associated with the foolish. Then finally, he killed his own mother because of the encouragement of the foolish. Then, after passing away, then he fell into Awisi hell for a long time. Then the Buddha appears after 4 centuries and 100,000 cycles in the world. Okay, a group of the people went to the oceans for trading with a ship. Okay, then he fell into the four states for a long time. Then, after escape, when he escaped from the Awisi hell, then he became very big fish in the oceans. Then, you know, when he saw the ship, then he thought this is my food. Then he follows the ships to eat. Then many people on the ships were so frightened with the fish. So they shout, okay, please save my Buddha Gautama. Please save me, please save us, Gautama Buddha. Then when they shout Gautama Buddha name, then the fish sound. And he realized Gautama Buddha appeared in the world. Then he stopped without eating the people from the ship. Okay, all the Gautama Buddha appeared in the world. Then he realized. Then he also passed away from the fish life. Then he was reborn as a human being in Savatthi country. Then at the age of 7 years, then he ordained under the Buddha and he became Arahanta. So his name is Dhammaruci Bhikkhu. Okay, so when he associated with the foolish, then he killed his mother and fell into Awisi. When he associated with the good persons, Buddha, then he became Arahanta. So then, you know, the associating with good person is also blessings, Mangala. Then not to associate with the foolish also Mangala. Then by hearing the stories or those, then you should also try to follow the Buddha's Mangala, okay, the Buddha's teachings. Then not to associate with the foolish and to associate with the wise. By associating with good person, by not to associate them with foolish person, then may be able to attain the highest blessings in this life as soon as possible. Sadhu, 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 sadhu. Etta vada ja amehi sambadan punya sambadan Sabe dewa anumodantu sabha sampati saitiya Sabe Buddha anumodantu sabha sampati saitiya Sabe sanumodantu sabha sampati saitiya Dhamme nyati hotu sukhita hontu nyatayo Mama Buddha Bhagan sabha sadhana jepi Desa be bisma boya babandu sadhu sadhu Buddha sasanan jiran tejatu Buddha sasanan jiran tejatu Buddha sasanan jiran tejatu Sadhu sadhu sadhu